Speak up.
Welcome to FSUBroncos.com, Pigskin Press Talk, here with head coach Richard Hayes. Coach, it's finally here, game week. This Saturday, the Broncos are traveling to Lincoln University for a 7 p.m. kickoff in the Lincoln Lions Stadium. What's the atmosphere like in the locker room?
Well, the atmosphere right now is everybody's upbeat, everybody's ready to hit another color. Our scrimmage last Saturday went well, and they got a little chippy, so that's kind of letting us know as coaches that it's time for them to see another color. But everybody's upbeat, ready to go. Coaches are looking forward to it. It's kind of difficult to game plan a team that you don't know anything about. So we're just focusing on ourselves, trying to make sure that we're dotting all our I's and crossing all our T's in preparation for Lincoln.
Okay. Now, the preseason, we were picked number 3 overall, number 1 in the Southern Division. What does that mean to the team, and what motivation does it provide?
It means we still have to play those games. We have 10 games on our schedule. The preseason prediction was all fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, we know we still have to play 10 games. Our motivation is we didn't win anything last year. So we know we're going into this year with a target on our back of some sorts. But at the same time, we feel like we're confident enough to be able to make those preseason predictions come true.
Okay. Now, still in the preseason, we had 6 Broncos named preseason All-CLA. Let's talk about those 6 student athletes. All right. Running back, Stevie Green.
Stevie Green has been our horse for the last 2 years. He's going to continue that role this year. We've been trying to keep him healthy throughout camp and get him to the game. But he's still who he's been in the past. Stevie Green is going to be our horse.
All right. Offensive lineman, Tyreek Bailey.
Tyreek Bailey is the anchor of our offensive line. He'll be a senior this year. He's the guy that knows all the calls, makes all the checks and corrections for the whole line. I'm looking forward to his leadership this year.
Okay. Nose guard, Jalen DeCousa.
Once again, the anchor of our defensive line. Kind of unblockable whenever he wants to be. He's a really hard guy to block when he turns his motor on. And he is the guy that we feel like people are going to have to focus on this year.
All right. Linebacker, Anthony Harris.
Anthony Harris, he's like our 3rd starter. He's 3rd year in the program. He knows the defense like the back of his hand. But Anthony Harris is a guy that we can plug and play at both positions, Mike or Will. So he's like that guy that can, he's like a Swiss Army knife. He can do all the positions, play all the positions. So looking for big things out of him too.
All right. The defensive CLA Rookie of the Year, Elvin De La Rosa.
Yes, De La Rosa has come a long way. This camp has really helped him out with the leadership of Alex Woods coming in, a transfer guy that's been able to help De La Rosa understand our coverages and little nuances of how to play certain techniques. Alex has helped bring Elvin along a long way throughout this camp.
Okay, now our spark plug, Brandon Smith.
Special teams guru. He's been out there blocking kicks every day. He's returning kicks. He's another Swiss Army knife. We're going to try to get him the ball on offense. So he's going to have multiple roles this year on the Broncos.
All right. Now, you've had 4 weeks of preseason practice. What's your assessment of the team and its strengths to this point?
I think after these first 4 weeks, we're a very fast football team, much faster than we were last year. I also think that this has been the longest camp that we've had since I've been here. Before we kick off on Saturday, we would have had 22 practices. In the past, we've only had 8 or 9 before our first game, so we're well ahead of the curve from where we've been in the past.
All right. Now, you mentioned earlier the scrimmage you had last Saturday, game situation practice. What did you learn from the team?
I think that the team is ready. Both sides of the ball have learned their schemes. The offensive side, Coach Murray has done a great job implementing the scheme on offense. The defensive scheme hasn't changed much. We just had a few players that had to catch up to speed on what we were doing. So as it relates to both sides of the ball, the team is ready. They're ready.
Okay, just a quick break off from that. You mentioned the offense. You got a little bit younger guys this year in your depth chart.
We'll start with Shane Booth. Shane Booth is going to play some minutes for us at offensive tackle. Dakota McClendon, he's going to play a pivotal role on the offensive line. He's going to be like that swing man when somebody gets hurt. he's able to come in and play tackle and guard, and maybe a little bit of center every now and again. And Elijah Adeloye from Southwest Guilford, he's come in and he's learned the scheme pretty well. He's going to play a little bit too.
Okay. Now, what other players stood out during Saturday's scrimmage?
Xavier Bullock really surprised us. Quarterback out of East Smith, Wildcat type threat, dual threat guy. He came in and sparked the offense a little bit with his legs. So he really surprised us. Josh Williams, cornerback from Jack Britt, I believe it is. He came in and played very well for us, surprising. 6'3" kid that can run and can cover most routes. Nigel Peel is back. You know, he's anxious to hit another color. He's coming off that ankle injury from last year. He's been out all year, all summer, and now he's cleared to go. So he's looking pretty good. Krishawn Springs is another guy that was injured last year that's kind of finally getting back to 100%. So all of those young guys who kind of played last year played roles for us, and a couple of them got hurt, but now they're healthy. So we're trying to go into this game as close to 100% as we possibly can.
Okay. Now, as you mentioned, going into Saturday, when we go to Lincoln, Lincoln is in their 5th head coach since reviving the program in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prepare for a game with so much unknown?
The only thing we can do, preparing for this first game, not having film on this coaching staff, is prepare ourselves with what we do best. And all we can do is focus on us. We can't focus on what Lincoln does because we don't know. All we know is 2x2 is 2x2, 3x1 is still 3x1, regardless of who's running and what color jersey they're wearing. So our main thing has been making the corrections within ourselves and focusing on ourselves, and then hopefully that'll take us into the game up one.
All right. Make sure you visit FSUBroncos.com for more information about the game and Fayetteville State athletics. Be sure to follow at FSU Broncos on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and FSU_Broncos on Instagram. I'm Adrian Ferguson for FSU Broncos Sports Network.
Attitude check. Bronco, right?